So we jump a year for the next block in this season. This new structure challenges audiences. With all the events you're seeing, you start to go like, wow, so this must have happened.
What are you gonna tell him? About what happened on the mission? The soldier?
We like to make it complicated. It has different demands in the storytelling, jumping after 3 episodes a year on to pick up the story somewhere else. But of course, it also means more worlds, more costumes, more things to create.
Look at us. Look at this place. We're in a war.
We have a very important set in this show, which is a safe house in Coruscant. It's very depressing, but they're there, and they're trying to make the best of it.
In the first season, we tried a lot to make sure Cassian seemed like a normal and regular guy, you know? But we were missing one thing, which is love. And it was really important to explore how, as a couple, they managed to keep moving in this spy world, you know?
Bix does have her own rebellion. By the time that we see her in episode 4, Bix is destroyed. She's killed people. She wants to be strong and she wants to be tough. It kind of does the opposite. It makes her rebellion be internal and self-destructive. She's broken, she feels defeated.
I came to see about you.
Here I am.
I had a feeling that she would hide her weakness more, so I would play harder. And she was so fragile that I had to soften my hardness, have some empathy with her.
I'm not as strong as you.
That's just tonight talking. If he doesn't have empathy, then he has got nothing to do in the revolution. Because the reason for revolution is empathy. Yeah.
Chances are, if you've heard that sound before, you've been to the Great Valleys of Gorman. But it's a sure thing, no matter where you are in the galaxy, you've had your eye on something made of Gorman twill. Elegance and durability, available in all weights and weaves.
What is Gorman? There's nothing about Gorman. There was a mini massacre 13 years earlier where Tarkin had killed like a couple hundred people in the square with his ship. But that's all that they had. And I want to really explore what that kind of authoritarian power does. And I want to see a real takedown of someplace significant. And so we made Gorman into this very significant place.
Gorman is of great interest to the Empire.
Gorman is a canon planet. It exists, but has never been seen before. It kind of goes free rein from a design point of view. In the end, we settled on more of a sort of northern Italian vibe. I always joke that Gorman's like Turin, so there's a lot of sitting around drinking Bisserins and coffee. There are, I think, 9 or 8 cities that make up the planet, and we focus on Palmo.
All that gorgeous material gathered for display and sale in the capital city, Palmo.
We decided that we should focus our efforts on building Plaza on the backlot here at Pinewood. It was also another opportunity to tie various Gorman sets together into one big backlot set again. Various little shops off of it and window displays, the patisserie, because it takes up a huge footprint on the backlot. The more interior sets we put off the plaza, the more it justified the build itself.
I've never been on a project this big, so I can't quite describe when you arrive on set and you see the detail.
Very in scale.
Just everything is real, even the sort of fancy cakes that they made that Cassian was eating were so beautiful and refined.
Every time you see a plate or every time you see a spoon or you see food on the table, it's a bunch of people that are having long conversations with each other about how to do all this stuff. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
The main plaza, so much can happen there in the open, but in the intimate of the cafe and the hotel and the office here and the little alley on the right. Sets that give you that diversity of opportunities. Yeah, to go intimate and go big and go back to intimate.
Checking in?
Very in sky. We're telling the story of a spy, right? Cassian is a beautiful tool for a costume designer.
Your name is Varian Sky. You moved to the fashion district where you found work as an assistant designer.
Cassian's first disguise is a buyer, and so we thought of great sort of iconic characters from the design fashion world, and we added some of those details and flair to give him a very debonair, very restrained palette. It's all navies and blacks and flashes of purple lining, but very strong, bold colors that we don't really see him in when he's just hanging out being Cassian Andor.
You remember in Rogue One when Cassian wears this Imperial suit? Where did he learn that? Where did he find out he was capable of putting a character on? It's because of Luthen.
I want you to try something different.
It's Luthen. And here with Varian Sky, he shows that he's ready. He's ready to be that spy. It's not stealing things that's difficult. It's getting away. And it was fun, you know, to work with Michael designing a character that was just like you couldn't see coming, you know? Get myself and the bag.
Yeah.
So I have to do this.
You have to adjust.
I could do this.
We'll try one last one.
I mean, that outfit was beautiful to wear. And it also has a cape, you know, and capes are so much fun to play with.
Why Gorman? What's the obsession with Gorman? What are they after?
And what is Gorman? When I work with Luke in the beginning on it, it's not just building the physical part of it, it's building a culture. We want to make a planet where there's a population that really is insular and has a very rich tradition. So what are we going to do about that? And how are we going to do this language?
There's a meeting. You should come. You have the address.
I think people will be able to find all kinds of historical comps in season 2. The French Resistance is the one that's the easiest for us to grasp because it's one that we're completely sympathetic with to begin with. And so we decided, why don't we get all French actors?
Gore, the language we speak, is an invented language. They based it on an existing language, which is French, the French phonetics. And then they ended up creating word by word a whole vocabulary. You actually really now have a language that could stand its comparison with Esperanto, for example. We have fun now also between us. Every once in a while, we talk Gore between each other.
The Gormans, they have no idea why they are being singled out. Why is the Empire seem so fixated on messing with them? So they have their little nascent Gorman front. You know, it's shopkeepers and twill brokers trying to figure out how to fight back. And they don't know that the Gorman front has been built by the ISB. It's been built by Syril and Dedra, where it's been promoted by them. It is a total setup.
67 Delta, 67, pick up.
The carrier's down. Repeat, the carrier is down. We're in play.
Syril and Dedra were unlike any other villains that you would normally see in a piece like this. They're incredibly flawed and have these little tics. They're both extremely conflicted, extremely questioning of themselves and of other people, extremely demanding. So they make a perfect couple, which is crazy because they don't. And the fact that Tony would decide to actually bring these two people together and see, like, well, what does your domestic life look like?
Dedra doesn't have the equipment to have a relationship and understand what it really means. She's not equipped with it.
How long can I stay?
An hour.
Are you kidding?
And Syril is over needy to become part of things. He's so desperate to find a place of utility.
Excellent work, Syril. This is the greatest day of my life.
I did a lot of research on female psychopathy. Apparently, women who are psychopaths are less likely to murder because they usually enlist other people to do it for them. And so that made total sense to me because she gets Syril to do things.
He's an Imperial spy, be careful.
It's not funny.
For Syril, truth, justice, integrity are paramount. And the fact that the news that he would be delivering to Dedra and to Partagaz is then getting twisted up to be something else, it would be to cut too deep.
You just hope that your cause is the right one, right? I mean, to Dedra, she's a hero. I think all of them think they're the hero, right? Everyone in this story is the hero of their story.
We have the death scene, which is wonderful writing because it's not some big shootout. It's such a stupid mistake by a silly, silly boy.
It is a waste. It's so unfair. It was meant to be a very, very straightforward mission. And it's almost a given. After this mission, we are going to reconnect.
What's important to realize is there's a maturity in Val now. Before, I think she would have just shot back. Now, she knows that the biggest revenge for her is actually that this person will forever be haunted by this. This is on you now. I think what it shows is the fragility of life.
It's something minor that can sometimes go wrong, go completely wrong. And when somebody passes away, how often are we lucky enough to get closure? That's not how life works sometimes. You don't get to say goodbye. When I read that scene, I was like, yes, finally.
Get in the chair.
She gets her revenge. It will only feel like forever.
And that moment is about her. She has to confront her demons.
Towards the end, I put on the iconic Cassian jacket, and I'm back to my boots that I always wear. She feels a little bit more badass. You feel Bix standing back up at her feet.
It shows that they're not just a couple, they are a team. They're capable of big stuff when they work together. I think it's a moment where you understand that this is a love story. People understanding each other, helping each other. That's why, yeah, I think this season is about love and what love means in the middle of a revolution.
Whatever the mission is, I'm coming.
Think about a planet like Gorman in rebellion. They'll be crushed.
All of the current events, all these false flags, and all these lies,
Are we finding criminals or making them?
it's all been leading to, if we need to take this planet apart to build Death Star, if we need what's in the ground and we can't find a substitute,
Gorman cannot take the risk.
there will become a drop-dead date at which we have to ruin this place. And that date has come in Block 3.
If it goes up in flames,
It will burn very brightly.